So something we get asked a lot about is how do you travel so often and how do you travel for cheap? Because I think people maybe see us post links about like, oh, doing this trip for free, or we're doing this trip on miles. And when you've started traveling with miles, you really do understand how easy it is and how cheap it can be. But if you've never done it before, then it kind of doesn't make sense, and it seems like it's probably too good to be true if you're traveling for free. So this is just going to be a very, very introductory little video on how we travel for free, and the answer is we use miles. So I want to talk to you about how to redeem miles from credit card bonuses. There's several different ways to earn miles, and we can talk about that on a later post, but the number one way to earn miles initially is through credit card bonuses. So credit cards, just like any other business, they have sales that go on. And so when you normally sign up for a credit card, let's say through like Southwest Airlines, the credit card bonus is going to be like 25,000 miles, which is good. 25,000 miles will just about get you a round-trip domestic ticket in the States. So it's still good. But if you wait for their different sales, then you can usually expect to get about 50,000 miles in a sale. So you wait for the sale, you keep an eye out. We created a separate email account called like Trey Christie Adventure email at gmail.com. And we get all of our updates through that email. So that way it doesn't clog up our home email. So basically when there is a sale going on, we don't already have the credit card, we apply for it when we sign up. So we found the deal and then we signed up for it. And because our credit score is pretty good, we usually always get the card. You do want to be a little bit careful of signing up for too many cards too quickly, because if you do get rejected, that can negatively reflect on your credit score. So one little trick you can do is if there's several different sales going on at one time, you open them all up in different tabs and you fill them all out and then push submit at as close to the same time as you can, and that kind of tricks the system so they don't realize that you're applying for a lot of different cards at the same time. So that way if you get rejected or whatever, it doesn't reflect negatively on your credit score. So the next thing you do once you get accepted for your card, you wait for a little bit and then you get your card in the mail. There's usually a minimum payment that you're going to have to make. So a pretty standard one is $3,000 within 3 months. And that sounds like a ton, especially if you're frugal like us. But you can spend it without going into debt, like, because we always pay our credit cards and then pay them off right away, so we don't actually get into debt. We just get the points for money we would be spending anyway. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, okay. So what you can do, we just funnel all of our expenses for those 3 months onto that card. And if at the end of it we're still like $1,000 short, what we will do is we can either pay a little extra and we can pay our rent, or you can pay your mortgage on your credit card, or you can pay student loans off on your credit card. Sometimes there is like a $30 fee associated with this, but if it means getting 50,000 miles, which is the equivalent of 2 round-trip tickets, it's totally worth it. Anyway, so that is something that you can do to hit that limit. Then what you're going to do is you spend the limit, you get your 50,000 miles applied to your, we were saying Southwest, I think. You get it applied to your Southwest account. So you log into southwest.com, keep an eye on your miles, and once that 50,000 miles is deposited, you then have an option. You can keep your credit card or you can cancel your credit card. It's not good to just have a long record of only credit cards open and close really, really quickly. So if you've had a few you've canceled right away, you might want to hold on to this card for close to a year and maybe not even use it. But if you've had a pretty clean score and you just want to, be free of credit cards, then I think it's totally fine to just cancel the card. But you can do it as soon as the miles are in your account. Those miles are yours, and the credit card can't take it away from you again. Some credit cards have an annual fee, so you may want to be aware when you sign up for a credit card. Usually the first year is free, but then after that there might be like a $95 annual renewal fee. So like for the United card, there is a $95 fee associated with it every year. So like for us, it was worth it for Trey to keep that card because we get free checked-in breaks, priority boarding, lounge passes, stuff like that. So we do pay that fee for Trey's. But for me, I applied, got the miles, waited a little bit, then just canceled my card, didn't use it again. So that's kind of what you can do in getting started with using miles to travel, is by getting them with a credit card.